Hi Upload, the evil within is finally here, and today's clip is all about survival. This is a classic survival horror game, so survival is going to be a challenge. First, you'll need to make sure that you use the game's stealth mechanics as much as possible. The Haunted, your main enemies in the game, can be extremely alert, so sticking to the shadows and turning off your lantern when trying to sneak past them should always be top priority. Luckily, there's also tons of cupboards to hide in and beds to crawl under if you find yourself lacking any conveniently placed walls or objects to cower behind. This will give you the opportunity to turn the tables by catching them unaware. Then there's distraction. Remember to use objects like glass bottles to distract and confuse your pursuers too. Killing isn't always your best option, and it's always wise to remember when to step away from a fight. A simple toss of a glass bottle will make enough noise to distract them, giving you a window of opportunity to get the hell out of there. When all this fails, it's time for fight, not flight. If you're cornered by the Haunted, then you're going to want to react fast or die, something I found out the hard way. Ammo is scarce, so only use it when you really have to, and if you do, at least when you're fighting the Haunted, aim for the head. On the other hand, I've personally learned that improvising means surviving. Save those precious bullets for larger foes and instead make use of any objects around you. Take the torches for example. While they are only one-use items, they guarantee an instant kill on all regular enemies without too much fuss. It's also important to remember that if you kill an enemy in a way that doesn't involve setting them alight with a torch or blowing their heads off, then burn their bodies. You can do this using the matches you'll find littered all over the environment. Being undead, your enemies can sometimes come back to life later on, so burning them ensures that you won't have to worry about them coming back to haunt you. Now, as if bloodthirsty undead creatures weren't enough of a hazard, you'll also be getting some pretty lethal traps to contend with. You see this? Yeah, don't do that. Traps can kill you instantly, or at least deal heavy amounts of damage. Tripwires, motion detectors and animal snares are all real threats, so tread carefully and disarm any you find. These will also conveniently net you parts to make your very own traps, which you can utilise using the Agony crossbow, which I'll go into more detail on in a later video. Lastly, you're going to want to keep collecting those jars of green liquid you've probably found all over the place. No, those aren't a cool new beverage, but what they do allow is for you to upgrade Sebastian back at the asylum, which you can access through any glowing mirrors that you find. Once you're in, you can strap yourself to this comfy looking chair and go to town on improving abilities such as your stamina, firearm accuracy and melee damage. Use it all wisely, as it could be the difference between life and death. That should cover it for our essential survival tips, but as any fan of horror should know, the end is never really the end. I'll be back tomorrow with another Evil Within clip, so don't forget to add the official Upload gamer tag as a friend or follow us on Twitter at Xbox Upload to stay up to date.